शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना शारणादिमगीत वैभव पूरिताखिलदे करे शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना शारणादिमगीत वैभव पूरिताखिलदे करे शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना धर्मभूषण भूषिते वररत्न मौलि विराजिते धर्मभूषण भूषिते वररत्न मौलि विराजिते शर्मदायिनि कर्ममोचनि निर्मलं कुरु मानसं शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना शारणादिमगीत वैभव पूरिताखिलदे करे शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना हस्तसंहृत पुस्तकाक्षपति सुधाघटमूलिके हस्तसंहृत पुस्तकाक्षपति सुधाघटमूलिके कस्तवास्ति वर्णरे चतुरो नर सचरोत्तमा शारदे करुणानिधे सकलानवाम्ब सदा जना शारणादिमगीत वैभव पूरिताखिलदे करे शारदे करुणानिधे शारदे करुणानिधे शारदे करुणानिधे
ஜகத்குரு ஸ்ரீ சந்திரசேகர பாரதி மகாஸ்வாமிகளுடைய சிஷ்யராக ஸ்ருங்கேரி சாரதா பீடத்தின் 35வது ஆச்சாரியராக விளங்கியவர் எங்கள் குருநாதர் ஜகத்குரு ஸ்ரீ அபினவ வித்யாதீர்த்த மகாஸ்வாமிகள். அவர் தங்கள் 14வது வயசிலே சந்நியாசாசிரமம் பெற்றார். சந்நியாச தர்மங்களை மிக நிஷ்டையுடன் அனுஷ்டித்து தங்கள் குருநாதருடைய அபாரமான பிரீத்திக்கு பாத்திரமானார். பாரதம் முழுவதும் 2-3 தடவை சஞ்சாரம் செய்து ஆதிசங்கரர் போல் நேபாளத்துக்கு கூட சென்று அங்கே சனாதன தர்ம பிரச்சாரம் செய்த கீர்த்தி ஜகத்குரு அபினவ வித்யாதீர்த்த மகாஸ்வாமிகளுக்குத்தான் கிடைக்கும். அந்த மகான் பல இடங்களில் சங்கர மடங்களை ஸ்தாபனை செய்தார், பாடசாலைகளை ஏற்படுத்தினார், பல பேருக்கு அனுகிரகம் செய்தார். 72 வருஷம் காலம் அவர் இருந்து 1989வது வருஷம் தேகத்தியாகம் செய்தார். அபினவ வித்யாதீர்த்த மகாஸ்வாமிகளை பற்றி எத்தனையோ விஷயங்களை நாம் தெரிந்து கொள்ளலாம். பல புஸ்தகங்கள் அவரை பற்றி பிரகடனம் செய்யப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. எல்லோரும் அவரை பற்றி விசேஷமாக தெரிந்து கொண்டு அவர் விஷயத்தில் பக்தி சிரத்தைகளோடு இருந்து ஸ்ரேயஸை அடைய வேண்டியது. விவேகினம் மகாபிரஜம் தைரியௌதாரிய க்ஷமாநிதிம் சதா அபினவ பூர்வந்தம் வித்யாதீர்த்த குரும் பஜே.
As has been just ordained by Jagadguru Sri Bharatitheertha Mahaswamigal. We shall dwell briefly on the life of Jagadguru Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamigal, who adorned the sacred Dakshinamnaya Sringeri Sharada Peetham as his 35th Shankaracharya from 1954 to 1989 and brought great glory to the Peetham.
Nature is at her most beautiful best at Sringeri, where even natural enemies are at amity. And thus, it is no wonder that Adi Shankaracharya established the first of his 4 mutts here. Shankara was convinced that Sringeri would be the most appropriate place to establish his first mutt that would spread the message of Sanatana Dharma for centuries to come.
Ever since, an unbroken succession of sages, steeped in the perfection of yoga and mastery of the Shastras, have adorned the Sringeri Sharada Peetham as its Jagadgurus.
Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamin was certainly one of the brightest jewels in this garland of Jagadgurus and was unequivocally regarded as the crest jewel of yogis.
On Deepavali day, 13th of November 1917, he was born to Kaipu Sri Rama Sastri and Srimati Venkatalakshmi Ammal in Bengaluru, then known as Bangalore. Srinivasan, as he was known in his childhood, lived with a simple family in this modest house. His childhood yearnings were to renounce the world and to see God.
Srinivasan's sharp intellect, good conduct, extreme dispassion, and above all, deep devotion to the Guru impressed Jagadguru Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal, the 34th Pontiff of the Peetham. These attributes convinced him to choose Srinivasan as his successor, and he formally initiated Srinivasan into the monastic order on May 22, 1931 and named him Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha.
Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamigal served his Guru with dedication for 23 years and shone as an epitome for unparalleled devotion. Under the guidance of his Guru, he attained absolute mastery over Tarka, Mimamsa, Vedanta and other Shastras.
Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamigal very early comprehended that the best way to realize the Atma was through yoga and soon attained the state of Savikalpa Samadhi through the 8 steps of yoga listed by Maharishi Patanjali, namely Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi before the age of 18.
By the age of 20, His Holiness attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the highest form of meditation, frequently abided in the state and became a Jivan Mukta. His intense spiritual experiences made him the perfect Guru.
After Sri Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigal attained Siddhi on 26 September 1954, His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamigal ascended the throne of transcendental wisdom on 16th October 1954 as the 35th Jagadguru Shankaracharya of the famed Sringeri Sharada Peetham. During his reign, Sringeri developed rapidly.
His Holiness was affectionately referred by the devotees as Mahasannidhanam, first undertook to build a magnificent temple for his Guru and performed the Kumbhabhishekam in 1963. In the same year, Kumbhabhishekam was done for the renovated temple of Saradambal, the presiding deity of the mutt.
Sri Mahasannidhanam installed an idol of Sri Sureshwaracharya at the site of his Samadhi and performed the Kumbhabhishekam in 1970. In 1985, he made extensive renovations of the ancient and majestic Malahanikareshwara temple and performed its Kumbhabhishekam. He affirmed that the purpose of building gopurams in temples was to emphasize the smallness of man before the omniscient God.
At the request of his devotees, His Holiness constructed a beautiful temple for Sri Balasubramanya Swami on the banks of the river Tunga.
He was keenly interested in gardening techniques and converted Sringeri, believed to be unfit for coconut growing, into a heaven of coconut groves.
For the benefit of people of Sringeri and its neighborhood, he founded Sharada Dhanvantri Hospital with all modern facilities.
In his period, several guest houses were built for pilgrims, Sri Shankara being one such.
Sri Mahasannidhanam toured the country thrice, and from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, devotees were drawn towards him, enthralled by his magnetic personality. One of the most important events during his Vijayayatra was the installation of a new idol for goddess Annapurna at the holy town of Varanasi and its Kumbhabhishekam.
In the course of one of his tours, Sri Mahasannidhanam also performed the Kumbhabhishekam of the temple at Rameshwaram, which is the kshetram of the Sringeri Mutt. He was the first Shankaracharya to visit the holy Sabarimala. He also visited the Shankaracharya temple at Kashmir.
Wherever he went, he advocated the performance of Mahayajnas like Atirudram and Sahasrachanti for the welfare of mankind. He firmly believed and maintained that the money spent on such yajnas should not be considered as wasteful, as the benefits reaped were many times more.
Dignitaries from various walks of life, including presidents and prime ministers, industrialists, scholars, and other Matadipatis, sought his audience, guidance, and blessings.
Sri Mahasannidhanam urged people to have national fervor and take pride in being Indians. Apart from being an able administrator, he was extremely interested in engineering and acquainted himself with modern techniques.
Being fluent in Sanskrit, Hindi, Kannada, Telugu, and Tamil, Jagadguru Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamin was able to spread the tenets of Sanatana Dharma in simple yet lucid terms for even the illiterate to understand.
Shruti Mamayva Jnana. Shrutiyo, Smrtiyo, rendu Bhagavanune Aajji. அந்த ஆஜ்யக்கு உள்பட்டு நடந்தால் நாம் பகவானுக்கு பக்தர். பகவானுடைய ஆஜ்யக்கு உள்பட்டு நடக்காதே நாம் சும்மா பகவான் பேர் சொல்லிக் கொண்டு ஜால்ரா போட்டுக்கொண்டு உட்கார்ந்திருந்தால் நாம் சரியான பக்தர் அல்லன்னு தீர்மானம். அதனால தாஸ்யம் தாசனாயிருக்கப்பட்டவன் இப்படி எஜமானுடைய ஒரு அப்பனைகளை யதார்த்தமாக நடத்தவனும் நாம் அந்த மாதிரி சுத்தமாக இருக்கப்பட்ட ஆஜ்யங்கள் நடத்து கொண்டு வந்தால் அதுதான் தாஸ்யம் சொல்லப்படும்.
During Sri Shankara Jayanti and Sri Vinayaka Chaturthi, the Jagadguru would conduct Vidvat Sadats by inviting scholars from across the country and honoring them for their proficiency in the Shastras. He was acclaimed as a scholar par excellence and the authority on Tarka, Vedanta and other Shastras.
Sri Mahasannidhanam spontaneously blessed everyone, ranging from the scholarly to the ordinary, the rich to the poor, the healthy to the sick, the elderly to the young, the spiritual to the worldly, according to their needs. Numerous were those who were drenched in the torrential rain of his compassion.
He accorded top priority to spiritual aspirants and guided them suitably in line with their spiritual standard.
Having his darshan even once was an unforgettable experience, for such was the divinity that he spontaneously exuded.
His daily performance of the Chandramaulishwara Puja was a joy to behold and a sight even for the gods.
नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियता प्रणता स्मता रौद्रायै नमो नित्यायै गौर्यै धात्र्यै नमो नमः ज्योत्स्नायै चेदुरूपिण्यै सुखायै सततं नमः कल्याण्यै प्रणतामृद्ध्यै सिद्ध्यै कूर्मो नमो नमः नैऋत्यै भूभृतां लक्ष्म्यै शर्वाण्यै ते नमो नमः दुर्गायै दुर्गपारायै सारायै सर्वकारिण्यै ख्यात्यै तथैव कृष्णायै धूम्रायै सततं नमः अतिसौम्यातिरौद्रायै नतास्तस्यै नमो नमः नमो जगत्प्रतिष्ठायै देव्यै कृत्यै नमो नमः
This great Mahatma practiced ahimsa throughout his life, and he had infinite kindness even towards animals.
In order to continue the glory of the Sringeri Mutt and to spread the message of Dharma, he initiated Sri Sitarama Anjaneyulu, a devout and thoroughly dispassionate brahmachari, into Sannyasa and named him Sri Bharati Tirtha on November 11th, 1974.
Jagadguru Sri Abhinava Vidyatheertha Mahaswamin meticulously performed all the duties of a sannyasi, including the important Chaturmasya Vrata, for 59 long years. He shed his mortal coil on the 21st of September 1989.
Though physically not in our midst, this legendary Jivan Mukta, who incarnated on Deepavali day, continues to light our lives by living in our hearts.